body was in a coma, my physical eyes were closed, but my spirit had left my body, and I felt incredible. And I felt as though I was surrounded or enveloped in a sea of just awareness, love, but I understood what it was that had led up to that point. A lot of people say to me, I pray so much, why isn't it working? I'm praying, why doesn't God listen to me? It's because you have the power within you. You have to decide what it is you want, what direction you want to go, and then allow Source to take you there. I would like to see the correlation, or people seeing the correlation between our emotions and physical illnesses, and I would like that to be seen in mainstream medicine. One of the main reasons that I had gotten sick was because I had allowed myself, my own spirit, my own soul, my own power to become eroded. In order to really vibe at a higher level, or to really have this energy expand, you do need to believe in yourself. In order to believe in yourself, you have to have self-worth and self-value. And the people who doubt their own worth are the ones who doubt their connection with the other side the most. This is why it's super important to love yourself. So you are actually doing a service to people when you follow your own heart and you follow your own passion. It's the most selfless thing you can do, because not only are you uplifting yourself, you're also uplifting the planet. So that's why I say, do what brings you joy, even if it means eating chocolate and dancing to music. If that's what it takes, do it. Thank you.
Picture this. It's 2006. A woman lies in a hospital bed in Hong Kong, her body ravaged by stage 4 lymphoma. Her organs are shutting down one by one. Lemon-sized tumors cover her body from the base of her skull to her abdomen. Her skin is covered in open lesions. She has been in a coma for over 30 hours. The doctors have given up hope, telling her family she has only a few hours left to live. But what happened next, no one could have predicted. 4 days later, that same woman not only woke up, but began a recovery so miraculous that it left the medical community completely stunned. Within weeks, her cancer had vanished. This isn't a work of fiction. This is the true story of a woman who went to the edge of death and came back with a message for all of us. So, who is Anita Moorjani? Before her illness, she was a vibrant woman living in Hong Kong, but she carried a deep, consuming fear. Growing up in a multicultural environment, she often felt like she didn't quite fit in, leading to a constant need for approval. But her greatest fear, the one that overshadowed everything else, was cancer. After tragically losing several people close to her to the disease, this fear became an obsession, a dark cloud that followed her everywhere. In 2002, her worst nightmare became a reality. She was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. For the next 4 years, Anita fought a grueling battle. She tried conventional treatments, but her fear and stress seemed to fuel the disease. She then explored alternative therapies, traveling the world in search of a cure, but nothing worked. The cancer spread relentlessly. By early February 2006, her body was giving up. She was skeletal, unable to eat or even move. On the morning of February 2nd, she slipped into a deep coma. Her organs were failing. The doctors told her husband, Danny, to prepare for the worst. This was it, the end. But for Anita, it was a new beginning. As her physical body lay dying, her consciousness did something extraordinary. She later described a sensation of breaking free, of floating out of her body. Suddenly, she could see everything. She saw her own frail body on the bed, her husband holding her hand, the worried faces of the doctors in the hallway. Her awareness expanded beyond the room. She was aware of her brother on a plane, rushing from India to be by her side, even though he hadn't yet arrived and no one had told her he was coming. There was no pain, no fear. Instead, she was overcome by an incredible sense of peace and clarity. She described entering a different dimension, a realm of unconditional love and understanding. It wasn't a tunnel of light, but an all-encompassing state of being, where she felt connected to everything in the universe. In this state, she understood why she had gotten sick. It wasn't bad luck or genetics. She saw, with absolute clarity, that her cancer was a physical manifestation of her own fear, her self-judgment, and her feeling of not being good enough. In this realm, she was greeted by her father, who had passed away years earlier, and her best friend, who had also died of cancer. They weren't ghosts. They were radiant beings of light. They communicated with her, not in words, but through pure thought and feeling. They told her it wasn't her time to die. They explained that she needed to go back to her body, but the choice was hers. They showed her what her life would be like if she chose to return. They told her that now that she understood the truth of who she was, a magnificent, powerful, loving being, her body would heal rapidly. She was reluctant. This new realm was beautiful, free from the pain and fear of her earthly life. Why would she want to go back to a diseased body? But then she understood her purpose. She realized that if she returned, her story could be a beacon of hope for others. She needed to come back and live her life fearlessly, to show people the power of unconditional self-love. With that realization, she made the choice to return. Back in the hospital, the doctors were baffled. Against all odds, Anita's eyes fluttered open. The first thing she did was reassure her family, telling her husband, "I'm going to be okay." But it was more than just waking up. She knew things she couldn't possibly have known. She recounted the exact conversation her husband had with her doctor outside her room while she was in the coma. She knew her brother was on his way. And then the true miracle began. Her organs, which had completely failed, started functioning again. Within 4 days, the tumors on her body had shrunk by 70%. The doctors couldn't believe it. They performed test after test, biopsy after biopsy. Within 5 weeks, they couldn't find a single trace of cancer in her body. Her oncologist officially declared her case as spontaneous remission, a medical term for something they simply cannot explain. But Anita knew exactly what had happened. It wasn't a random miracle. It was a transformation. By letting go of a lifetime of fear and finally embracing her true, magnificent self with unconditional love, she had allowed her body to do what it was naturally designed to do: heal. Her message today is profound yet simple. She says, "Dying taught me how to live. We are not these fragile temporary bodies. We are powerful, eternal consciousness. Our primary purpose in life is not to achieve or to prove ourselves, but simply to be ourselves, authentically and fearlessly." She teaches that the root of so much of our suffering, including physical illness, comes from fear. Fear of not being good enough, fear of what others think, fear of failure, and ultimately, fear of death. The antidote to this fear is love, specifically self-love. Not in a narcissistic way, but in a way that honors the magnificent, divine being that you are. When you love and accept yourself completely, you align with the energy of the universe, and you allow well-being to flow through you. As Anita puts it, "When I let go of fear and embraced love, my body followed." Her story isn't just about surviving cancer. It's a powerful invitation for all of us to examine our own lives. Where are we holding on to fear? Where are we judging ourselves? Where are we dimming our own light to please others? Anita Moorjani's journey from the brink of death back to vibrant health serves as a powerful testament to the unbreakable connection between our minds, our bodies, and our spirit. It suggests that the greatest healing power in the universe isn't found in a pill or a procedure, but within our own consciousness. What do you think? Is this a 1 in a billion medical anomaly? Or is it proof that there is so much more to our existence than we currently understand? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey today. If stories like this, which expand our understanding of what's possible, fascinate you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We have so many more mysteries from beyond the light to explore together. Until next time, live fearlessly. Thanks for watching.